Okay, this is a disclaimer before the video continues. This will contain spoilers as we have already watched the season in its entirety and we are just going back and reviewing episode by episode. So if you have not seen the season yet or watched this specific episode that we are on, I advise to go watch it and come back and watch our video or just watch along with us. But we will be providing spoilers for things that happen later in the season and trying to get more context. So if you want, you can continue watching, but this is a disclaimer that this will contain spoilers for other things that happen in the season. All right, enjoy. Hello everybody, welcome back to another Winx Club watch and review. I'm with Kayla.
Hey.
You ready to get on with this next episode? I think we're on episode 6 now.
Heck yeah, this is my favorite episode of the season.
I think this one is up there with that other Musa concert one. Even though, like I said, these episodes aren't the best, but
no,
there's some in here.
I had issues
like,
with the
yeah,
the stuff. But.
Yeah, but these ones float a little bit more to the top than the other ones. So these are some of our favorites. It's this one and then the music one, the concert one.
These are a little less stinky.
Yes, that's a good way to put it. All right, let's get started. So this is Into the Woods. They already lost their powers.
Yes, their powers.
Now they have to go on
confiscated.
Yeah, they have to go on a camping trip for some reason.
So right off the bat, I'm gonna go ahead and say I love their athletic outfits. I love the hair. Oh my goodness. I love in magical girl shows when you do outfit transitions, like different outfits. It's like, yeah, this is how real life works. You change your clothes.
That is true. That is how real life works. So you do change your clothes and stuff like that. And I do like that they actually have them change clothes for this camping episode, because like you said, I do like the camping outfits when they show them again in the episode.
Yeah. Especially like it's futuristic, it has cutouts. Like, bro, they have been doing their freaking thing with Aisha's hair. I'm so proud.
And it's refreshing because I think there's a lack of like clothing changes in the show, in my opinion, compared to like the OG.
Yeah, compared to the original, there is definitely a lack of clothing changes. Because if I'm not mistaken, in the original Winx Club, they would have like 3 different outfits that they would cycle through as like an everyday casual outfit.
Yeah, don't quote me on this, but I believe there's a video where it said that the OG Winx Club had its own like fashion designer that would design the different clothes for like different episodes and stuff.
And that explains why, oh my gosh, because like literally when I was like in middle school, I would like look at some like Winx Club just like artwork and try and like coordinate outfits based off of what they did in there, because like it was so quirky, it was so cute, it had like contrasting colors, it had layers. Some bits were flowy, some bits were denim.
Yep. I mean, it worked for back then, but you know, this is a new show where they have to cut some budget, so it don't work that much here. If they had a bigger budget, I'm sure they would do it, but they do not have that type of big budget. So
the least we got was new transformation outfits.
Yeah, we got new transformation outfits, and then
and
for the fairy forms, and the athletic wear. Now I don't know if this camping athletic wear is the same, because they change clothes again when they do the partner like exercise with the guys towards the end of the show. I don't remember if those are the same outfits.
Good question. Yeah.
So when we get there, we'll see. I guess just take note this episode what they look like, and then we can compare it to the.
Oh, I won't forget. They look too good for me to forget.
Maybe we'll start again.
What's wrong? Today is the day of the practical.
I think these 2 background characters are new with the
the hair and outfit
girl
is different.
Yeah, I haven't seen those background characters, I don't think.
Camping trip. I've kind of been looking forward to it all year.
You can go. You just can't use your powers. Shoot.
I'm gonna pause it. So she's been looking forward to the camping trip all year.
Yeah.
I mean, the show never clarifies how many days they've been in school, so
Right.
I guess they've been in school for a month or so, right?
Bro, if it's
Possibly.
only been 1 month, then a lot has happened.
And then also, if they wanted to set up the camping trip thing, I would have liked them to introduce it in a different episode. It was like, oh, or something, you know, to set it
Right,
up.
like a
because
previous episode, just like
Yeah.
announcing, like a teacher just doing an announcement of like, hey, we're gonna have our annual camping trip coming up, blah blah blah.
there you go, something like that. Simple, easy, but no, because I don't know. It's just the writing. But let's continue.
Oh, yes, a terrible tragedy.
It would be too dangerous. They'd never let us
Too
go.
dangerous.
Don't be so certain.
And the funny thing is that I don't think anything in this episode is too dangerous for non-witches. I mean, non-magical people to do.
Even without magic.
Right.
And you'll be
The
expected
forest
to
was
complete
perfectly
the
safe.
site, reaching the site, staying the night, and finding your way back in the morning.
There were no
I
cougars,
suppose it will be
no
extra
bears.
educational without your powers.
I mean, they got that lick-a-tongue creature, purple creature.
My life is over.
Hey, I've been camping with my dad a zillion times on Earth. It's not like we had magic there.
I think that was the scariest thing in the forest, besides, you know, when the tricks show up.
You guys are
Yeah,
always taking
literally.
care of me. Now
It would have been really cool if they established. Oh my god, hold on, I'm gonna pause it. This was a perfect opportunity for them to establish world building with the mythical creatures that live in the forest.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is a completely missed opportunity because they don't have the budget for it, of course, because they have mythical creatures, but they all have to work with Damien or be next to Damien. So we don't have
Yep.
budget for other animals, really.
Yeah.
I think in this
So
episode we might
instead,
see
they
like
just
what?
make it like a musical girls bonding episode.
Yeah, with I mean, I think you might see a bird. I mean, you see that lick-a-tongue freaking four-legged purple creature that I don't know what the
Yeah.
thing is. And then,
And then
maybe some
we're
bugs.
gonna have a scene. We're gonna have a scene with the boys again that makes me like, ugh,
Oh yeah,
with-
when we get there, we'll talk
with
about
Sky and Bloom's relationship. Sky,
Um,
Bloom, and
continue.
Diaspero's relationship.
Yep.
As it did out loud?
it did.
Because Diaspero and Sky are the ones actually in the relationship.
Ooh, sisters. Do my ears deceive me? Or are the Winx going
Why
to
are my favorite
follow?
characters the witches, bro?
And help
Because they're basically like their OG counterparts.
But they have updated outfits. They have this like aura. Like they have so much personality, dog.
in the forest altogether.
They ooze personality.
This trail is impossible.
Stella, we told you.
Why would Stella even do that? Can you pause it? Can you pause it right here? Because
Yeah,
they're
but-
making
Hold on. Pausing.
they're making a joke about like, oh, Stella's the fashion person. She's so impractical. She just wants to wear platform heels all the time. But it's like, here's the thing though. In the OG, Stella would have had an array of hiking boots, cute hiking boots, because you can be fashionable and practical. Stella would not be out here in platform heels about to twist her ankle.
Yeah, they're making. I mean, her character gets what we say. I think assassinated is a strong word to say, but like she's made the butt of the joke just for the joke, basically. When, like you said, she'll probably be way more prepared for something like this and not wear actual heels out to camping. But we have to give, you know, Bloom to shine, so you know.
Yeah, I guess.
That's why. Because we needed a joke.
You brought spare boots. Like I would wear. Oh, those are cute.
Yeah, like you said, she would already have these boots.
Yeah, OG Stella would have provided them with all these like super cute hiking boots.
Mm-hmm. Since she's the faster one in the group. But like I said, we got to give Bloom. You know what? Wait. I'm gonna go back a little bit. What did she say this is?
Blood Beast or
ravenous-
Slug Beast?
Glub? Yeah, Glub Beast? Is that what she said? Glub Beast or Gluck
Glub
Beast or
Beast.
something like that.
It's
I'm gonna
a
say
Glub
Glub
Beast.
Beast. This thing is I don't like the look of this thing at all. It's just disgusting looking. I don't like the
It
look of
looks
this
like
thing
a
at all.
toad they gave teeth.
When I just saw it now on the screen, it reminded me of what's the movie? Aliens versus Monsters, The Missing Link.
Yeah.
If he was on all fours. But I think this is the only dangerous creature we see. It would have been nice to see other like bigger creatures, you know.
Mhm.
But no, we got the Glub Beast or whatever.
It's a dangerous glove beast.
Without our magic, it would be really dangerous, is what Flora said. But obviously, it's not that dangerous if it can be
Stop feeding
freaking
the
persuaded.
wildlife. Don't feed the wildlife.
Oh yeah, that is another bad message from this episode. Bloom just willingly feeds the wildlife. You're not supposed to.
Hungry.
Now you guys are down 2 sandwiches.
can't
I guess
believe
Flora
that
and Aisha are not gonna eat.
probably would have blasted it away with magic.
Honestly, how could Farragonda send us to this crazy?
Now, just because they can't use magic doesn't mean they don't have magic backpacks, right?
No clue.
You were right about Bloom, Headmistress Farragonda. She's really stepping up.
Continue to keep a close eye on them. If anything goes wrong,
I'm gonna pause.
other specialists.
So this whole thing is that Miss Farragonda is basically testing Bloom on her leadership skills.
Interesting.
So I'm like, okay, sure, but like, I don't know if this is needed, to be honest, to test Bloom on her leadership skills. But we have to establish that Bloom's the leader. So
Right.
I guess
right.
fine, whatever. We have to fit it in somewhere. Even though if you took out some of the Damien stuff, you can definitely fit it in with her doing something with the girls or something like that. But whatever. We got this camping episode where they don't have powers. I mean, it makes sense that Bloom would take the charge since she's lived most of her life without powers.
Yeah.
And I guess she's camped with her dad or whatever. I don't know if this
I don't
is
know if
new
that
lore.
translates to here, but
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if that's in the OG show or they just made this up for this new one that her dad go camping. I don't, but sure, I guess. Got to give her something since y'all stripped away some of her personality. Starting.
Understood.
All right, see? Pausing. Here's this magic ball thing again.
so that they could spy.
Yes. Why don't they just, because I mean, so they can use it to spy on.
They're spying on Damien right now.
I'm talking about what's our specialist girl's name?
Robin.
Robin. So they're spying on Robin and the girls, and then they can also use it to talk to Damien. I still don't understand why they can't use it. I mean, because maybe he's uber powerful, but the show never says that, to spy on
Vexius?
Vexius to see where he's at. I don't know. I don't get it. But maybe there's he's so powerful the spell can't
He has
spy
like a
on
blocker
someone.
or something.
Yeah, but I'm giving excuses for the show, not explaining why Icy can't use the spell to spy on Vexius, because maybe Vexius is like the spell can only work on somebody that's weaker than you type of situation. I don't know, I guess. I don't get it. Because this spell is busted.
Damien,
We have an emergency. Come over.
Oh,
what does he
Damien
want?
told them to come over. Yeah.
Well, so maybe Damien contacted the Winx. I mean, not the Winx. Contacted the
The
Tricks
Tricks.
just at the same time that she was spying. So it just went to her magic spying ball for some reason. I guess. Sure, right?
Or maybe he
Even
knew
though-
that they were spying on him. I don't know.
I don't know. No, because it's like
Because they literally were like, "What does Damien want?"
yeah, exactly. So it's like a call. Like they were on a call and then he called in type of situation for whatever
Yeah.
spying spell that Icy has. It's still not established what that spell is. But whatever. Let's continue.
The tricks are not at your beck and call.
No. The tricks are at mine.
Vexius, even better.
You wretched witches! Where is the fire?
It takes time to get that Vexius.
Oh, that's another thing. Hold on, I'm gonna pause. Wait, no, keep going. No, wait, I gotta go back now. What are these creatures?
Don't know.
We never see these creatures again.
It's Cthulhu.
I'm sure they're probably going to show up in second season, maybe, or they might not. Actually, they might not show up at all. Because I'm like, so he can summon. I'm like, are these creatures from that Omega dimension, or are these just like creatures he made up? Like, what are these things? But we get no explanation on what these things are at all.
None.
And they do not show up again in this season.
Just
I don't
scary
think.
monsters.
Because I'm like, these are cool designs. You know, I like the designs of these monsters, but what are they? What do they do? He threatens them with the monsters and never uses these monsters again. So I'm confused on what these things are and why did he use them instead of, you know, you remember when I guess they introduced Vexius, I think, or not introduce him, but like when he shows up at the Trix's place and he like wraps them up in dark magic.
Yeah.
Why doesn't he just do that again? Why did he summon these creatures? I'm confused because, like I said, these creatures are not used ever again
Oh, good question.
in this season. So maybe they show up in the second season. I'm not holding my breath, but maybe we get an explanation on what these things are, because these are kind of cool. And I was like, oh, can Vexius, because this makes me think that Vexius can summon his own army whenever he wants to, or like a little squad of, you know, dark creatures, you know?
Right.
But he doesn't do this at all ever again in this
No.
season. So I'm baffled on why he decided to do this now to threaten Damien and the Tricks when he could have just wrapped them up in darkness and hung them upside down like he did before. Or
I mean,
whatever.
I guess he could have done that when he takes over the specialist school.
Yeah, he could have did a lot of things. I mean, he did do a lot of things, but he could have summoned, like I said, maybe this is budget or something, you know, it got lost in the storyboards or something. Like maybe he does attack I haven't looked at all the storyboards, but like maybe he does some of these things again in the storyboards, but they just cut it because of budget or something. I don't know. But
Yeah, maybe.
this confuses me. These are just random pop-ups that unless these are reference to something in the OG show that I can't remember, but
I cannot remember either.
So I don't know. These are just randomly there, but they look cool. Just never used again.
Look, the wings are defenseless.
What is this? What is this spy spell? She can just spam it. She doesn't even have to use ink. Oh, and that's the other thing. She just spams spells. She can just throw hexes on people without saying any like words. She can.
Oh, yeah.
spam
Like
the
she doesn't even speak the spell.
No,
She's, like,
she can just.
very
just something.
advanced.
I mean, she's Icy, so we know Icy's like one of the best, even though she's just
Prodigy,
like a
you
super,
know?
yeah, she's a prodigy, but she's like super mean. So sure, but like the show doesn't explain you what these spells are. I wish they would. That would help me understand, because I'm just seeing things happen. You know, I'm gonna start, but yeah.
Then I expect you won't have any trouble stealing the dragon flame.
Oh, well, we shouldn't,
I'm
but
ready to help this time. See, I've been thinking, if we use my flame to draw out Bloom's flame, stealing it will be easy.
I'm gonna pause it there.
I'm a
How does
this is
Damien
actually
know?
a really good idea, Damien.
But how does Damien know that
they're
using his
connected?
flame? Well, that too, but how does he know that using his flame is going to draw out her flame? When was that established?
It was never established.
Because I was like, did I miss an episode where like Damien accidentally like lights up his fire and then like Bloom's fire responds by lighting up or something? Did I miss that? Or
No,
are we just saying
we didn't
things?
miss it. We just never saw it.
Okay, so we're just
They never
Damien's just saying
showed
things.
us or told us.
So he's just
This-
speculating.
Yeah, he's just speculating because he's just desperate to help.
Unless they're saying also maybe like one fire fairy can somehow draw out the flame of another fire fairy, but I'm like, that's never established.
Also,
And I understand.
Damien's
ahead.
not a fairy. They dubbed him a warlock.
Oh yeah, he's a warlock. That's right. So, but I still don't understand. He's jumping to conclusions and everybody's acting like, oh yeah, this might work, Damien, when it was never established that his flame can draw out Bloom's flame. It literally feels like we missed an episode.
Never established. Yeah. They're just giving us information.
because if I'm not mistaken, was last episode when they gassed him up and his flame
It gave me a
sparked.
little sparkle.
Yeah, and I was like,
Little sparkle.
so he got
But
his flame
yeah,
from.
because I think last episode is also the episode where Stella was like, you know, Bloom, you should totally talk to Sky.
Yeah.
But Sky has a
But-
girlfriend.
But Damien gets his flame from happy feelings, and his flame sparked up when, for some reason, they were being really nice to him in their private conversation that he was eavesdropping on. So he
Yes,
got a happy feeling and his flame sparked. But if they wanted to establish the line he says here, when his flame sparked, Bloom's flame should have sparked in that conversation. And everybody
Right,
was like, oh,
but it
Bloom, what are you
didn't.
doing?
They were just talking about him.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Was their powers taken at that point, though?
No, not. Yeah, wait. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, her powers had been taken at that point.
Or sealed. They weren't taken. They were sealed. Whatever.
Sealed, yeah.
Whatever.
Prohibited.
So, I mean, still, it should have... This line makes no sense. I don't know where this line comes from. We're just saying things. We're not establishing anything. We're just saying stuff. That's my whole problem. He doesn't know this is going to work. And
Right, he
their
doesn't know.
powers are sealed away. How do we know that he was going to able to draw out her powers when Icy literally told Vexius that they're powerless? This makes no sense. I feel like the writers are just saying stuff at this point because we have to push the plot in this one
Yes.
moment, you know?
Yes. The answer to that is yes.
Because there should have been a whole different episode or another part to a different episode or something establishing this whole this twin flame thing that he for some reason knows about. I'm gonna start it.
I have magic like everyone else at this dumb school.
Your flame is weak, but it might be enough to help the tricks go.
Come on, stable boy. Let's see what you can do.
I'm sure you won't disappoint me.
Right. Thanks, Father.
For him to inevitably
But to be
disappoint.
honest, though, I think he's banking on him disappointing him.
Oh no, of course. He's definitely banking on him to disappoint him.
We made it.
The trees are copy and pasted. They look so beautiful. Don't you just love copy and pasted trees?
Yeah. Yum yum.
These trees are literally just copy and pasted and rotated. Well, the animators could do what they could do. I'm not gonna fault them too hard.
Yeah, I mean, also they're just trees.
We'll camp here.
But I will fault them for all these background characters. Or
I
sorry,
mean-
the lack of.
I mean that's Rainbow. I don't blame the animators. I just blame Rainbow and their mismanagement. I do want to say I do like Tekna's outfit because it's
Yeah,
asymmetrical.
it's funky. Yeah. I think I like Flora's the best because I'm a sucker for like athletic skirts.
Oh, okay.
Rainwater. Great. I could use a drink.
But to be honest, I guess Flora's is the most
Never mind.
normal, next to Bloom at least,
Yes, definitely.
and Stella. But Stella has the funky hair going on, so.
Aisha's is pretty normal too.
There you go. Even without magic, you're still our fire.
I just like the
But she has the
asymmetrical
hip
look.
cutouts. Yeah.
Yeah, she does. I mean, if you don't like hip cutouts,
I like hip cutouts. I think they're cool. I just like cutouts in general. Robin! Behind you! Robin, how did you not? God, Robin!
Good job, sister. Yeah, Robin is chilling for now.
Farragonda shouldn't be a problem now that we took care of her little minion.
But
the fact
here's
that they
thing,
don't get
though.
expelled from this is crazy.
It is crazy because, like, literally, I was like saying when I first watched this, it's like, well, when Robin does thaw out, she's just gonna tell that she saw you guys freeze her.
This
Yep.
chocolate is giving me life. All we're missing is some tunes.
And some girl talk.
Hold the phone. It's time for Techna character development.
Could you put the phone away and come by the fire? There's nothing to be afraid of. We're just talking.
That's what I'm afraid of.
No one will put you on the spot. I promise.
They'll put Bloom on the spot
We're
instead.
just your friends.
Uh.
We want to be with you.
About Sky.
That sounds nice.
Yo, Bloom, pass my guitar. I've been working.
Come
on
on around the
something I want to share
campfire,
with
let's
you
sing a campfire song.
guys.
Music about to bust out her mixtape.
I've never really had friends like you before, so I wrote this song thinking about us. All of us. The Winx Club.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's a song here. Did you like this song?
I did.
Yeah, I thought the song wasn't bad. This is probably one of the better songs in the show. Okay, that's another thing. I gotta point out. Hold on, I'm gonna go back a little bit. Is this what you're doing with your friends that sleep over at camp parties, Kayla?
At slumber parties, yeah. But
Oh,
I'm
you're
not
laying
putting my bare belly on the dirt.
Oh, well, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you laying your head on your friend's lap.
At a campfire? No.
Yeah, as she comforts you and y'all listen to your other friend play music.
At a sleepover, yes. Campfire, no.
I mean, I guess this is technically just a sleepover,
Sleepover,
but just in the woods.
outside, yeah.
Yeah. I just found that funny that she decided to lay her
it's
head
the way
on the
that they're
floor.
posing them, yeah.
I was like, Aisha, why did you need to do that? Were you that tired? Flora,
They didn't bring any pillows, bro.
it-
They're not even gonna use their backpacks to lay on.
That means Flora has the most comfiest thighs in the group, right?
Yeah.
She chose
Couldn't,
Flora's
like-
thighs
couldn't-
over the
Couldn't,
backpack.
like, Flora, like, pop up some plants that they could use to, like, raise their heads as, like, pillows?
Wouldn't that be cool? Would that not have been
but
cool
they
to
don't
do?
have powers. But they
Oh,
don't
no,
have
that's
powers.
right. Well, but she might have power, but she's also she does potions. Does she need her powers to use potions? I don't know if that's ever established in the lore or whatever. But she's also a potion maker. So it would have been cool for her to drop some beans or something, or have a little potion, and it could make like flower something. I don't know. That'd have been cool, but whatever. We're coming up with way cool ideas than they could put in the show.
Of just, like, more ways that, like, if they did have their powers right now, they could be using their powers, but they wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Regardless.
But we're having a nice bonding moment.
Montage.
Is this what you're doing with your friends, Kayla? You're holding hands, touching your heads
we're
together.
rubbing our foreheads on each
Yeah.
other.
Isn't
Oh,
that
yeah,
what you do at
acne.
singing? Isn't that what you're doing at singing slumber camping parties?
Yeah, we just got all hot and sweaty walking through the forest, and we're gonna rub our sweaty foreheads on each other.
Hey, look, we're not worried about our sweatiness. We're all sweaty, so more sweat from someone else onto me is fine. Even though we made fun of this scene, it was a
I
nice
liked
scene.
it. It was a nice scene. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
Time to dance.
Ah, Stella.
About what?
No, you see?
No! No!
They're all homewreckers.
Stop it! Stop it!
Stella has infected all of them with homewreckerness for no reason.
Why do we have to do this?
They all know he's still with Diaspro.
Diasporo. Like, okay, I'm sorry.
Wait,
I'm
are they on a
sorry.
break? Wait, is Sky and Diaspro on a break? Hold on, let me see. I don't think.
No, they're not on a break.
Oh, also we get lore
She's
drop
writing
that
ship fic about her friend. About
Techna writes ship fic about her friends. Now we know that for some reason. I don't know why that needed to be in the show, but now we
Why
know
did
that
that need to be in the show, bro?
that Stella has probably Wattpad or what's that other website? There's another website for fan
Fanfics?
stories.
I don't know.
Yeah, fanfics. There's another. I forgot what the website's called, but there's another website for fanfic stories. Now we know Stella is one of those people. She writes about her friends. Well, are
Which
you
is
cool
very
with your
strange.
friends? Are you cool with your friends writing like shipfic about you?
It depends, dog. Because it better be good. It better be freaking good.
In this instance, this is a home-breaking instance where she would be cheating. Well, he would be cheating on his girlfriend with Bloom.
Yeah.
Type of shipfic for no reason. I don't understand. Well, hold on. Let me continue.
Nothing. We've been texting. Sometimes.
Every night, and he still had.
Boyfriend, girlfriend talk.
Okay, so that's what it was. Him and Diaspora were on a break because Bloom says him and Diaspora made up, but I guess prior to that he confided in Bloom, so they've been talking every night.
That's crazy, dog. That's crazy. Diaspora doesn't deserve this. Diaspora may be a mean girl, but she doesn't deserve this, bro. As someone who has experienced the F-boy cheating stuff, nah.
No, and like we said before, Diaspora is not in the show enough to show us how badly she treats Sky, or how them being in a relationship is just toxic with each other. So they shouldn't be together.
She's a snooty booty, but like she's not the Trix level of mean to even somewhat justify this behavior.
And the show wants you to believe that Diaspora and Sky are Trix level of toxicness, basically, or she's
they're just not meant to be together because Diaspora is just so ridiculous.
Yeah, when Diaspora's with Sky, the show wants you to believe that Diaspora is like the Trix when she's with Sky, but the show never shows you that. They just show you like her being overprotective of her boyfriend with another girl that he's making googly eyes at.
And you know what? We're gonna get another scene, an example scene in the concert episode, and I'm gonna talk about that scene too. Because like literally Diaspora's behavior around Bloom and Sky, I would be Diaspora.
It's kind of
justified. I would be that petty. Yeah.
They're texting every night.
Clearly Bloom is coming after your man.
They're texting every night, and every time they see each other, it's either awkward or they're making googly eyes at each other. I'm like, brother, y'all are so obvious. It's ridiculous. But whatever, all y'all are homewreckers, but I can give them slightly a break here because I guess everybody knows that Sky and Diaspora are on some type of, fighting break after an argument or something. Do you remember that episode of Friends?
But like literally, it's not even
Ross,
on Sky's part. There is no excuse.
Yeah, but do you remember that episode of Friends where Ross, I think, sleeps with another woman or something, when him and what was it, Rachel were like on a break?
But
you don't remember that episode?
I don't remember a lot of Friends, to be honest.
Oh, you don't remember that episode? Because the whole running joke throughout the show after the episode is that we were on a break.
Yeah, I remember them saying that. But it's like, that's literally the whole reason why you need to communicate what does it mean to be on a break. Because it could just be like you're taking some time away from each other, but it doesn't mean that you're broken up. That like you're free to do whatever you want.
Exactly. And that's why I bring up the whole Friends theme, because it's one, it's hilarious. But two, this makes me like them being on a break. What does that mean to them? Now, you could be like, if you want to like English school teacher this thing, like these are just teenagers, so they don't really know what a break is, and they will mess up or whatever. But
this is literally when I was a teenager in high school, and it was the whole conversation of what is a break, blah 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 blah. It was the same thing that I said right here, right now. Is that it depends on the couple. They need to talk about it.
Yeah, but it seems like they don't. I guess him and Diaspora don't talk about this type of stuff because they want you to believe that their relationship is just straight toxic. So they don't communicate. So whatever. I mean, we know it's doomed because we know where it's going because everybody in the
Because
game
Sky has
show
to end up with
keeps.
Bloom. Yeah.
Because everybody in the show was like, "Oh, what about you and Sky? Oh, what about you and Sky? Oh, what about you and Sky?" I'm like,
And we're
and then
about to get-
Bloom has to
Actually-
keep telling them he has a girlfriend. He's with Diaspro. Stop asking.
And everyone knows he's with Diaspro because Diaspro flaunts this man.
Yes.
So, okay, so play the scene because I want to get to the part that we're about to get to where Sky is like, "Oh, I'm just worried
I
about
know.
Bloom."
Okay. I'm gonna start.
I don't want to get in the way.
Get in the way? How?
Your turn.
Hold on.
Stella.
I'm gonna pause right here real quick.
Brandon.
All they had to do, I keep saying it multiple times, I'm pretty sure I said it multiple times at this point, is have Stella have a hate relationship with Diaspro, or have some type of cultural thing where it's okay for princesses to steal other princesses' man.
Yeah,
So
that
she
would make
doesn't
a lot more
understand.
sense.
So she doesn't understand why Bloom is so hesitant because she comes from Earth, or a version of Earth, where, you know, this is not, they have like similar values to like us, I guess. So that's not normal for another woman to try to straight up take a man. That's scandalous, you
Or
know?
it's frowned upon.
But maybe Stella, all they had to do was like, Stella just doesn't understand this because she comes from a different type of world on where they have different customs. And I'm like, that's all you had to do. It's so ridiculous why Stella is so hung up on this whole Sky and Bloom thing. She she just doesn't understand why it's not okay for Bloom to go after Sky despite Diaspro being a person that's in a relationship with him. I'm gonna continue.
Spill it. Well, he's the type to put me on a pedestal, which is kind of my thing. And those retro bangs are low-key.
Does Brandon have retro
Low-key
bangs?
fire.
Pretty romantic. An ordinary boy and a royal princess.
Yeah, that's going to be a whole thing with my parents. What about you, Flora?
No.
Do you have something special?
No.
You mean Damien?
No.
A woo?
Pausing. She only had this. The plot is making her say this. I really want to believe that like she's like trapped in her head every time Damien comes up, and like she's screaming saying no, but like the show's plot or some type of magical spell is making her say this. It's like compelling her to say this. I just feel like she's trapped. She's being held hostage by the plot. She's not really. This is not really her. She's trapped in a cage every time Damien comes up.
Free
I was like,
Flora.
"Oh, free her from this Damien curse." It's like someone dropped a love spell on her for no reason. Oh, and they only saying this because Damien's
like-
here. That's why I was like, the plot is trapped.
It's like she's
Flora.
in an isekai. And she's just like compelled to do something.
Against her will.
Yeah.
Because the plot said so. Whatever goddess is watching her is like, no, you will say this. It's like, dang it, free my girl. She doesn't like him like that. He doesn't like her like that. Stop trying to ship them.
And he's eavesdropping again, bro.
But that's why I said the show only has her say that because Damien's in the room. If Damien was not there, she would have probably said something different, I feel like. Now, the show wants you to believe she wouldn't, but screw that. Every time Damien's around, she says something nice. Whatever.
But also though, this is the last thing I'll say so I can get to my scene right here. Bro, I wish. Bro, you know like when you have like a crush on someone and then you're just like, man, I really wonder what they think about me like when I'm not around. Like, do they ever talk about me? This is literally that right here. Like, if I could be a Damien, a fly on the wall.
Yeah. Whatever. Let's continue. Training. Extreme training with lasers because we're guys.
Nice save, Brandon. I don't know where my head is today. Are you
Timmy,
thinking about
no.
Diaspro? Well, no. I'm actually thinking
Pause.
about Bloom. You know, she's camping in the forest with
Hold on.
and with no powers.
Okay, I'll pause now.
You worried about Stella?
So, here's the thing though. He's asking Brandon, aren't you worried about Stella? Because she doesn't have her powers and they're camping in the middle of the woods. Okay, that's the difference though. Is that Stella and Brandon established they have a thing. You and Bloom don't have a thing. You're trying to make it a thing. You have a thing with Diaspero, and you literally just went, nah, I'm not thinking about my girlfriend. I'm not thinking about my girlfriend. I'm thinking about this random other chick that's nice to me.
Excuse me, this random other chick is the main character, so of course I'm compelled to think about her. All right.
Crazy work. That is crazy work.
No, this scene also to me sucks because I'm like,
Brandon sucks, bro. Not Brandon.
no,
Sky sucks.
Sky.
Sky
I understand.
sucks a boyfriend. If I was
Yes,
Bloom, I wouldn't even want
100%.
to date Sky. Because if this is how you treat your freaking girlfriend, my guy, ooh.
But Kayla, this is the whole love at first sight type of garbage, basically.
He
whatever.
saw a redhead at first sight, a redhead from Earth, and was like, oh, ooga.
And she saw a non-attractive blonde guy because his character model sucks, in my opinion.
He's so ugly.
So ugly in his character model. They need to rework his whole head. But anyway, she saw.
They need to rework his outfits too.
She saw a semi-attractive, I guess, in this world, or I guess he's very attractive in this world, blonde guy, and fell in love instantly. Whatever. Jesus.
And he's a prince.
Well, she didn't know that at the beginning when they
didn't.
saw each other.
I think Diaspora is the one that told her.
Yes. In that
Not mistaken.
later Diaspora told him. I'm gonna start.
Stella? Why would I be worried about Stella over anyone else? Whatever. Robin's keeping an eye on them.
Why would I be worried about Stella over anyone else? You guys are just trying to play this low key, huh? Or
I mean,
Brandon is.
I guess that was kind of cute. He like kind of deflect from him thinking about Stella.
Sky is an open book. Sky was literally straight up like, Diaspora, my girlfriend? Heck no.
Nah.
Why would I be thinking about my own girlfriend, bro?
I mean, but I understand that they're trying to make him like, oh, the girls are out there without their powers, so you know my freaking training is kicking in, so I'm worried about them.
And here's my other thing, right? The girls are out there without their powers, but the only people that have an established connection with each other is Brandon, Sky, Stella, Bloom, right?
Mm-hmm.
They haven't even set anything up with the other girls and the other specialists because they're trying to push this whole Flora and Damien thing. Were the, correct me if I'm wrong.
Really?
Were these specialists like specifically picked to guard these specific group of girls? Because I was just thinking that they're just on-call specialists. So why
they're
are
supposed
they
to be just on call?
Exactly. So why
just
are they
students.
just like, oh yeah, these are the girls. These are our girls. But it's like any other group of girls that go to the school could literally need your help, and you would still have to be on call to help them too.
That is because the only people, we've talked about this before, the only people that really exist on this show is the Winx and the Tricks and Damien and the guys. No other group of people exist on this show. All the background characters are not characters. They're just there. They're more like set dressing than actual characters. That's why they can only help the Winx.
The girls. And
The
it's like, it's
girls.
literally a school full of girls.
Yeah, but nothing happens to anybody else besides the Winx and the Tricks. So
Oh, this is a Harry Potter situation.
yeah,
Bloom
yes,
is
it is.
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Why
Pretty much.
is it always you three?
Literally. I'm gonna start it.
Okay, we can continue.
Damien's thinking about his life choices.
Time to heat things
She
up,
said she liked me.
Ugh, I hope we didn't come all the way out here for nothing.
How do you know this?
Should bring out Bloom's fire.
How?
Get manifested consciously. It's like
I-
magical frequencies.
Maybe I am forgetting something that happened in a previous episode that we watched. When did he
I don't
ever?
think you are.
When did he ever find out that she subconsciously can bring out her flame when he activates his flame? I don't understand. I don't know when this was established. Maybe I'm dumb. Comment down below if I missed something critical about this, you know, this one thing he's harping on. If I missed it, I missed it, and I'll go back and watch it. But I don't remember them having this. Yeah. So comment below if we missed it, or because I feel like they just cut an episode out the show, or cut like an important part, you know, of
like information.
This scene. Yeah, out of the show. Like maybe it was in the storyboards.
They're just like throwing the information at us in this episode.
Yeah, maybe it was like in the storyboards and it's supposed to be part of another episode, or there was supposed to be a whole nother episode that just got cut because of budget, because they had to fit the number of episodes basically. Maybe that's what happened. But maybe I'm dumb and I just missed it, but I don't remember anything he's saying ever happening in the previous episode. I don't know how he knows any of this. Did it, like, you know, also, I would have gave them credit if, you know, like towards the end of the show, when they start like subconsciously remembering stuff, Kayla, about, you know, their home and stuff, right?
Yeah.
I would have gave them credit if he's like, or even in this scene, the tricks are like, how do you know that? And he's like, I'm not sure. I just do, you know, like, you know, that's a trope because, you know, they have amnesia or whatever, right? That would have been cool to do here to, you know, make this scene flow better without us being like, when did he know any of this information? You know?
Yeah. Especially Damien of all people, because like he doesn't even go to class.
Oh, well, he does. We seen him in class. We saw him in one class.
Okay, cool. So he is attending off screen.
Yeah, he's attending off screen. But yeah, this scene makes no sense. All they had to do was like he has some type of amnesia and he's starting to remember some things, so he just knows these things for some reason. I don't know why, but he does, because, you know, we'll reveal later on in the show why things are the way between him and Bloom, but whatever. This scene makes no sense. We missed something. I missed something. The show cut something, or something happened. This is just weird, but I'm gonna continue. And the tricks never question that he might be, you know, right or wrong. Or how he knows this information.
Also, the Winx don't hear this. They're making so much noise.
Well, the show wants you to believe that they're so far away.
Magical frequencies. You're useless, just like Vexius says.
So are we, what, going home now?
No! Bloom and the Winx are helpless. And they're right over there. After all the times they embarrassed us,
when have they embarrassed you?
passing up this chance.
I mean,
besides in front of Vexius.
They thwarted them almost every time, so.
Yeah, they've thwarted them, but they've gotten away, so it's not like they were openly embarrassed. The only person that they're embarrassed to was Vexius.
Yes, that is embarrassing. Because that's their boss. Their evil boss.
Fight scene!
You know, I kind of like what is about to happen, and I kind of don't like it also. Yes, for some reason. So that's another thing. I'm gonna pause it real quick. That's another thing you have to.
Not a single one of those ice crystals hit him in the back.
No, that's another thing you have to also see in the show constantly, is that Icy can hit a target at some point. She can hit a target, and then other times she becomes a stormtrooper and can't hit nothing.
But
she's very inconsistent.
A prodigy. Like, she's one of the most powerful witches. Like,
the show is very inconsistent about Icy and her accuracy on her powers. Because I think, so you can say in this scene she's just trying to scare them.
Yeah, she's toying with them. She likes to play with her food.
But later on, you see that she can't hit nothing. She's getting bested by someone with no magic. But let's continue.
Don't you think you're overdoing it a little? We just need the dragon flame. I'm with Ice. How often do we get to cut?
Stormy Smash.
And that's why I like Stormy. She's just an agent of chaos.
Stormy Smash.
Stormy said, "We get to do evil things. Sign me up."
With like 0 consequences.
Exactly. We're just gonna destroy things. Son of a gun, I'm in.
You only need Bloom, right? You're not going after all of them.
What was Damien thinking he was gonna do here?
No clue. He can't even get his flame up.
The last thing we need is you going soft on us.
I'm telling Vexius that you try to stop us.
Now, who wants to have some fun?
Well, he didn't try to stop them. He just said, hey, you're only going after Bloom. No one else.
You have to admire Robin's determination to press that button.
No, literally.
Fighting through solid ice.
To be honest, this is like, for the Winx at least, this is like low-key terrifying.
Of course, they have powers and I don't.
And it's the middle of the night in the woods. You can't even like really see where you're going.
This is Dead by Daylight.
Thanks.
Bro, you you know Sky was up in there like, step on it.
Bloom's defenseless.
My baby.
Nice entrance. Flashy, yet classic.
We're here to rescue you. Everyone, get down.
The tricks definitely saw them, but whatever.
100%.
Sky, it's Timmy. I scanned the area. There's no sign of Robin.
And she didn't report in? That's not like her at all. Something must have happened.
You're right. You very smart. Something did.
Tear apart the whole forest if you have to.
The fact they don't get expelled from this. Everyone
No,
sees them
literally.
blowing up the forest.
Everyone.
They attacked Robin and froze her with the magic.
What? Without your powers?
I spent my whole
Attacked
life solving problems
attacked students without magic.
Trust us.
They don't get expelled. They get a slap on the wrist, basically.
We're going after Robin.
Yeah.
Buy the Winx as much time as you can and then meet up with us.
Got it.
Those bangs
Are Brandon's bangs actually retro? I don't know.
I mean,
She says it. She says it, but I don't know if I believe it.
I don't think I believe it either. Like, I don't know if Brandon's hair is supposed to be like a Justin Bieber cut or something. Supposed to be like a little flippy action.
Mm-hmm. I do like that they got shot by a freaking laser bolt or whatever, and Icy just tanked that. Do a barrel roll. Oh, dang it, Timmy.
I'm hit. Engines are damaged. I gotta break off.
Stella got some good knees. She just jumped from a tree to the ground.
My ankles would have been.
Especially in those boots.
The ringing.
Try and hit me.
The fact that Aisha parried the ice is crazy.
Yeah.
Aisha, Dark Souls player. That should have really hurt.
She did.
Drop it.
I mean, Aisha's so bad, eh?
Good point.
Like, she's going toe to toe with Icy without any powers. Just
Darcy could end this fight immediately
I mean,
if she
Icy.
wasn't freaking.
Sorry.
Darcy could have just ended this fight so quickly with her powers if she wasn't freaking playing around.
Disgusting. Ugh.
She has mind control powers.
Maybe you could chalk it up to they can't see.
Sure.
The icy just, it's so dark.
Out of tricks, Bloom. I'm going to teach you.
Now, why did she do this to Aisha? I don't know.
You really are.
She just let Aisha embarrass her.
You couldn't even run away right. Where did you think you were going anyway? Exactly here.
Did you know Bloom was a Olympic jouster? I mean, Olympic javeliner?
Oh.
Javelin thrower?
But you know, she's human, so she's lived with powers without powers her whole life. That's why she's so good at everything. Like, if only that's how that worked.
They're gonna reveal, Bloom, why were you so good at throwing that? You know, me and my dad used to throw javelins back in the day. Like, when? Why?
I hate them. We are never to speak of this again.
What do you mean never speak of this again? Everybody saw you. Everybody's gonna be speaking about this.
And you have the Telvexius.
Sky, did you find Robin? Is she okay?
Yes, thanks to you.
We'll have her defrosted in no time.
The next day.
I received a detailed report. Apparently, you destroyed all the school-issued camping supplies, got in what can only be called a knockdown drag-out
How is
fight,
that their fault,
and
though?
didn't
They were
commit
attacked,
Pause.
my lady. They were
I don't know.
attacked in the middle of the night in the middle of the woods.
I mean, but I don't understand why Miss Farragonda's burying the lead like this. Why is she starting off with like?
You destroyed
The
all the
ne-
camping equipment. And you got
Why
into
she's-
a fight. How dare.
I don't know why she's starting off with the negatives. Like she's gonna blame them for what the tricks did. It doesn't make sense. I don't know why
They got into a
the-
knock. I would hope they got into a knockout, drag-out fight when they're being attacked at the middle of the night in the middle of the woods. They bet.
To be completely honest, they should have
They
utterly
held their
got
own.
slaughtered. They should have got slaughtered. But they're the main characters, so whatever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start.
You put it like that, with all those facts and stuff. It sounds bad, but the tricks.
Tricks are not your concern. The tricks are my concern when they try to kill us. They tried to
I really-
assassinate us in the middle of the night. Miss
Exactly.
Ma'am, be so for real. Like,
I don't
granted, you know
understand.
what? You know what? This is actually very realistic because every adult/teacher would say something like this.
I mean, I guess, but like this scene is just stupid because they were clearly not in the wrong on
And Robin
any of
should have
this.
told her too. Robin should have said
No,
in the
Rob-
report
No, Robin did. She just got off the phone with Robin, giving her a detailed report of what happened.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So and then saying that the tricks are not your concern. I would have been like, Miss
When they
Farragonda,
tried to
the tricks,
kill us?
the tricks have been targeting us ever since I got here. The tricks even came to the human world and targeted me in human school. What do you mean? And that's why I
Also,
said this.
They
this-
did not destroy the camping equipment. The tricks destroyed the camping equipment.
Yeah, but Miss Farragonda's saying that
You
because
were
they used the
responsible
camp.
for it.
Yeah, you were responsible for it, and you used the camping equipment to defend yourself, so you destroyed it. Stupid. This whole scene makes no
Stupid.
sense.
So
It's dumb.
stupid.
It's just dumb. Especially that the tricks are not your concern. The tricks have been attacking us ever since Bloom got here. Basically.
No, literally, because like, where the
How-
hell was Robin? Robin was fucking frozen in a tree, ma'am. Where the hell were you? You were cozy at school.
How are they not our problem when even whatever is about to happen to them in I think at the end of this episode or the next episode, they still get their powers back and they still attack us. It doesn't matter. I don't understand. The tricks should be expelled.
They should.
And
they should.
That's why I say this whole the witches and fairies being together kind of makes no sense. They should have never did that. If they're going to do this, they should have just had Cloud Tower be its own school if they're going to do this.
Back Cloud Tower.
Because like in the OG show, if they had Cloud Tower and they were running their own school, when the tricks attack the Winx, there's no one to report back to Miss Griffin.
Because they go to completely different schools.
Exactly. Who is going to go tell Miss Griffin, hey, they've been attacking us besides Miss Farragonda, and then Miss Griffin can do whatever she wants because she's her own headmistress of a whole school. So she can be like, I don't believe you. Show me proof. That's all Miss Griffin has to do is like, show me proof. I don't believe you. And then boom. That's how the tricks get away with everything. And I'm pretty sure that's kind of how they got away with everything anyway in the OG. Because like I said, they went to 2 different schools, and like, who's gonna tell Miss Griffin, hey, the tricks are bad people?
Yeah, even though the tricks literally bully the entire school with Cloud Tower.
Yeah, but I guess it's encouraged or whatever because they're witches, whatever. That's the But if that's the case here, that the witches can just bully and stuff like and do whatever they want at
but that's not the goal. The goal is
that's where I was going, Kayla. You hit it exactly on the head. If the witches can do whatever they want and like and bully the fairies, bully other witches, and like sow negativity, and we know that they get their magic from negativity or whatever you want to say, but this just leads to why they had a war in the first place with the ancestral witches, doesn't it?
Yes.
Isn't it just defeating the purpose of having them room together or be in the same school at least?
Board together, yeah.
Because in my opinion, the tricks are doing way more harm than any type of good if you're trying to get the witches and the fairies to semi-like each other.
Literally.
It just makes no sense. It defeats the purpose when the tricks...
It's like what Stella said on like the first episode of like, ugh, witches.
Yeah. I would think they want to eliminate that sentiment from people on the fairies and the witches side of them, like, witches, fairies. I would think the goal is to eliminate that, and you can't eliminate that.
Because they live together, they're supposed to become friends and like learn about each other's differences.
I wouldn't say friends. I would say tolerate each other.
Okay. All right.
And kind of change their ways. I would say that.
Yeah.
To become better people on both sides, and so they don't discriminate against each other.
Exactly.
Because obviously that's what led to the ancestral witches attacking the fairies or whatever in the first place.
But as Flora said before, not all witches are bad. Not all fairies are good. So
or she says not all fairies are perfect or whatever. I don't know. The same difference.
But it does open it up to they can create a connection, friendly connection with each other.
Yeah, they can. But the show doesn't, because in the OG Winx Club show, there is a character that has she's a witch, and then she turns into a fairy, I think by choice or something like that. So there's a whole character that has a storyline like that. I don't know if they're gonna rip that from her from the OG show and give it to Damien. They might possibly do that, but yeah, the tricks defeat the whole purpose, and the tricks don't get expelled.
Considering that everybody else is just like clone NPCs.
That too, but we did also establish that the tricks also bully other witches in the school. In the class when she like bullying the other kids not to clap for Stella or Bloom or one of them, or I think it was Stella. But my whole point is that the tricks not being expelled from attacking students on multiple occasions is defeating the whole purpose of this, rooming them together to make them used to each other so they don't start another war down the line with each other. If there's no consequences for witches and fairies' bad actions, like strong consequences, I'm not talking about your powers are sealed away for 24 hours. That's a slap on the wrist. What are you doing for them not to, do the same mistakes again? Well, to do the things that they did before again? Nothing. There is no consequences for anything. I mean, of course, because the plot says so. Whatever. Sure. Right.
Right.
But still, if we're trying to take this world somewhat seriously and this new premise somewhat seriously, it makes no sense on why it's structured like this at all. It makes no sense. It just doesn't. Because when other witches see that the tricks get to attack the Winx and other students on multiple occasions without any consequences, why can't other fairies do it? Why can't other witches do it? There should be a lot more fighting on campus. Now you can say that, you know, these people are the outliers and they're more aggressive or whatever. Not all people are like that. But there should be a lot more aggression on campus if everybody can just get away with anything without being expelled from the school as a consequence of something, you know?
Right.
Or something strong. Maybe they get locked in a dungeon. I don't know. Maybe that's a little too dark, but whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't know.
And then,
Go ahead.
my thing is too that I'm just like wondering about is that it's like, okay, so if they're getting scolded for this, are the specialists getting scolded?
Well,
too?
we don't care about the specialists. We don't care about the specialists until we need to care about the specialists. That's another problem with this show. The specialist has they have their own school with their own teachers, with one of the strongest, I guess, fairy men in the realm, and they just don't cover none of that until towards the end of the show when it becomes relevant. And that's another reason why like this show is too short. That they needed more episodes. They definitely needed more episodes for this first season. Because we are just straight up missing stuff. People just disappear from the show and show up when it's convenient for the plot for them to come in. You know, it's a lot of rushing and squishing of the story. It needed more episodes. Because yeah, like you said, there's a whole nother school with the guys that we just don't cover until they're relevant at the end of the show. And then it's too late to actually like cover how their school works.
Like literally third to last or second to last episode.
Yeah, it's something like that. It's something super quick, and it's like it's cool that we're seeing it, but it feels tacked on. It doesn't feel like they actually thought about this. It feels like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if we did this here? Okay, so now we can introduce their school here. And I'm like, but you probably should have introduced it earlier so we can like get to know these characters before you do what you're about to do. But whatever. Or get to know how the school works before you do what you're going to do with the school, basically. But right. Whatever. I'm gonna continue this thing. This scene is just stupid. It's just so much problems that come. That's just like, you know, stacking on top of each other because it just doesn't make sense down the line. It does not make sense on how this world works. The world building sucks.
Despite the aforementioned list of complications, it could have been much worse, if not for your actions, Bloom.
Huh? No, it was all of us. Aisha did this splashy thing. You should have seen it. It was so cool.
I meant your leadership in the face of adversity. In light of
Because remember, guys, this was mostly just a test to see how Bloom would be as a leader, basically, for some reason. I don't know how this became a test for Bloom's leadership, because we had to, like I said before at the beginning of this episode, I guess we had to squeeze it in somewhere. I don't know why she chose this, but whatever.
Yeah, I've literally no idea why she just spur of the moment. Camping trip.
We have to
test
because
Bloom's
the plot,
leadership.
Because the plot said we have to establish that Bloom is the leader of the group. We have to make it clear to the viewer, Bloom is the leader, so we have to.
Well, okay, because that's my thing, right? Is that it's like, if you were to ask me before this episode who's the leader of the group, I would say the same thing that I said that I would say when I was a kid watching the OG show is Stella. In the OG, they established it more that Stella or Bloom was like the leader because they were the closest with each other.
Yep.
Because Bloom is more so the new girl. She is the new girl.
Yep. And Bloom kind of becomes de facto. Bloom kind of becomes de facto leader because the story revolves around her, and like a lot of the stuff that is happening is because of her dragon flame power. So everybody's trying to get the Dragon Flame power, so she kind of becomes the de facto, leader of the group because she's the one who has to deal with, oh, I have the Dragon Flame when she figures it out,
Right.
So she has to rally her friends together to, I guess help her to beat the bad guys or whatever. So, and then also her personality was a little bit more, it was different than this Bloom.
Yeah, definitely.
Where she was a little bit more aggressive about the things she cared about than the other girls in the group. This Bloom is so muted and just, oh, it's okay, it's not such a big deal. That is not OG Bloom. But whatever. And continue.
Yeah.
It seems fitting to unlock your powers, effective immediately.
Did her flame respond to Damien's? No, I'm playing. Subconsciously?
Why?
Why is she here?
Why?
Hey there. Are you feeling okay?
Oh, Flora, I'm fine. I just messed something up today, and my dad really let me have it. It's not a big deal. Anyways, it's my
I know the viewer cannot see my face, but I am in physical disgust.
I think you're pretty strong. Stronger.
You're stronger than you know. And now I'm
Why are
gonna
you-
walk away because why did I come to the barn in the first place?
Why did she come to the barn in the first place? She came to the barn just to see him. Literally,
Hi,
she literally
Damien.
just
I
came to the
walked
barn.
all the way from the school just to check on you. And now I'm gonna walk right back to the school. After giving you a literal 3-second pep talk.
That Kayla, that's why I said when they were doing the camping episode, I fully believe Flora is they trapped every time Damien shows up. Flora is trapped in her head screaming. She's just screaming, no, stop. She can't control herself because the show put a spell on her. She just has to pump up Damien anytime he's on screen. All I can see is like real Flora trapped in her own head, and her body's just doing something else out of her control.
So funny. That is so funny.
Anytime Damien's mentioned, that's the only time. Anytime Damien's mentioned, she just can't help herself. Something takes over her body. That's what I want to believe because it makes no sense. She walks to, or flew, or whatever, to the barn stables just to see Damien, and then
just to find him hiding on the other side of the stables, just to be like, hey, are you okay?
Yeah, encourage him and then walk away and go back to
For 3
school, I
seconds.
guess.
For 5
Yes.
seconds. I think you're
My
stronger
brother-
than you know. Has to walk all the way back to school.
Icky, stinky. Tomato, tomato.
That's a Stardew Valley NPC, bro.
Terrible. This garbage. Anyone else, but we already know they're trying to do this Flora Damien thing. It's just not working. Personally, to me, it's garbage. It's not working. It sucks. It's probably I think I detest that relationship the most in the show.
Aside from Bloom and Sky.
Yes. I think I can officially say that right now, after watching so many episodes of this first season, Flora Damien relationship is worse than Bloom and Sky. I can take the
forcing it. You can tell, you can feel that they're forcing it.
Yes, you can feel they're forcing it. At least in Sky and Bloom's case, it's messy, but you can
But they
still
gravitate
see
towards each other.
Yeah, that you can still see they gravitate towards each other. Damien Flora just sucks. It sucks. It's just stupid. He doesn't want to be. He adamantly did not want to be his girlfriend
He's
at all.
literally told them, "Leave me alone," multiple times.
And they cannot catch a hint.
He's
especially
told them,
Flora.
"Leave me alone," multiple times, and then Flora proceeds to walk all the way from the school to the stables for a 5-second conversation.
And you know, Flora never struck me as one of those characters you tell her no makes her want it more type of situation.
Now, Stella's definitely one of those characters.
Yes, that's who I would think it would be. But they're making Flora be one of these people where the more times Flora hears no, the
She's
more
like,
Flora
no means
actually
yes?
wants it. Exactly. And I'm like, I don't think that's a good message, one. And I think that makes Flora's character worse, in my opinion. Because, you know, there's a thing to be like, oh, you know, I really want this thing, so like I'm gonna go after it. That's one thing. But for another person to constantly be mean to you and tell you, no, you're good, I don't want none of this, stop, and then you just forcing yourself upon them, I find that to be terrible.
Let me love you.
Exactly. Wait, isn't that called love bombing?
I don't know.
I think isn't that's love bombing, isn't it?
I mean,
when you just
I'm not sure, because like my idea of love bombing is like just constantly giving someone like, oh, hey beautiful, hey gorgeous, you're amazing, I worship the ground you walk on.
But that's basically what she's doing.
But it's like unprompted.
But that's basically what she's doing. Damien does not want any of this initially. He's starting to want it, I guess. But then she just keeps coming around and is like, hey Damien, how you doing, Damien? How you doing? You're stronger than you think you are, Damien. Damien's kind of cool.
Damien, I believe in you, Damien.
Now, granted, Damien does eavesdrop on their conversation sometimes. So technically, I guess it's not love bombing because he's eavesdropping. So whatever, fine. I just don't like it. I am a hater. I do not ship this at all. It's garbage. Y'all trying to feed me garbage.
I want the original
will not
guy
stand for
Flora
this.
was with. I want the original guy back.
And they could have done it because he doesn't show up until later in the OG show because the writer and creators or whatever of the show that the guy is also working on this one. They were like basically, oh wait, why does Flora not have a person to be with? We have to make a person for Flora. So he shows up later. But they could have put him in the show to be just part of the original guys like they did with Aisha. But no, we got to push Flora and Damien because I don't know why Damien needs a partner. The storyline with Damien and Flora sucks so bad that it literally should have just been Damien discovering himself to be what we find out at the end of the show, basically, right?
Yeah.
There should have been no love interest. I don't know why they needed Damien to be like in a love interest. In my opinion, what should have happened is that Damien's discovering himself because Damien has to be on the show and be a main character. So he's discovering who he is and he's part of the bad guy group or whatever. He finds out what happens at the end of the show that we'll get to. And then going into the next season, that you deal with the fallout of like him coming to terms of like, maybe I am, maybe I'm not what he finds out he is. And then now granted, maybe they don't get a third season, but I think they could have worked in maybe like a new female character that's probably, maybe they repurposed somebody from the OG show to be a love interest for Damien that's like gets added to like the dark side group or something, or you know, I'm just making something up where he doesn't be with Flora basically. I just want him to be with someone else. There should have been no, in my opinion, there should have been no love story with Damien and Flora this season. They should have just been separate.
They could have done more stuff with like Tekna instead.
They could have done a lot more stuff with the girls and
or just like the girls bonding.
Yes, but like I said, Damien has to be a main character, so Damien has to have the same screen time that he has, but divorce himself from this Flora Damien thing and somehow come up with a more creative idea on how he becomes a good person, maybe in the second season. But no, how does he become a good person? We have to pair him up with freaking Flora. Wow. That's the only way he becomes a good guy, is because Flora shows him affection. Boo. He should, you know, okay, I just came up with something else. He should just be seeing that when they're attacking, or him and the Tricks are attacking the girls, maybe he feels really bad that the girls are getting hurt, or maybe he feels really bad when the lizard goes big in the city that people are getting hurt. And he's like, oh my gosh, maybe I have a conscience and I don't think it's right that we're hurting people. Oh. Maybe my dad is evil. And I don't want to be like him.
Yeah.
But instead we have to have Flora, like he's inspired because I'm thinking of like a superhero trope thing. Maybe some random person, some random duplicate side character thanks Damien because Damien saves the person from the monster squishing them or something, something like that. And then he gets like a warm fuzzy feeling because someone gave him like a compliment or appreciated his efforts. So his dragon flame pops up basically, right? Or my bad, not dragon flame, or his flame pops up, right? And like Damien just becomes like a good person because he starts caring about the people around him and figures out for himself that maybe what we're doing is evil and is bad and I don't like it. Because maybe, he also works with the Tricks, and the Tricks are just straight up evil and agents of chaos. So he's like, I don't like anything the Tricks are doing. Something is telling me I don't like this. I want to be a better person. And him interacting, if the background characters were actually characters, him interacting with background characters will give him a sense of justice, especially also interacting with the Winx, because he sees how heroic the Winx are as people. So he's like, maybe I want to be like them. Instead of, he has to be tied with Flora in a love story. That's how he becomes good. Boo! Boo! That's not any type of level of thinking. It's not a higher level of thinking. I'm sorry, but I think if Damien going like the more superhero route of like discovering that he just wants to be a good person is a much more interesting route than him being tied to Flora in a love interest story for him to become a good person. Personally, to me, I just came up with that on the spot, and I think that's I know I'm biased because I came up with it, but I think that's a more interesting story than what we got.
And I know I'm biased because I'm related to you, and I know you, and I want to be encouraging, but also I think that's also better. I mean, it's like I'm not fully opposed to the love story because, like, I love love. I'm a sucker for romance, right? But it's like I wish they wrote it better.
Yeah,
I wish they wrote it better.
Yeah, I just don't think what they wrote with Damien and Flora works at all. It's just forced.
Yeah,
that's why I said Damien should have just because also the whole thing is that Damien's whole going good arc pretty much hinges on Flora just liking him for no reason. Literally. And saying nice things about Damien.
Him eavesdropping on their conversation, their girl talk conversations, and her being like, yeah, I like Damien. I think he's a good person. He's cute.
And then the other girls agreeing with her because Techna was like, Techna was like, oh, he gets straight to the point. I like that about him. And I was like, why are y'all talking about Damien like he's a beloved friend?
He literally has been mean to you guys or rude every single time you guys have met. Granted, that's not entirely Damien's fault because Bloom is a main character and she did cause a fiasco the first time you guys met him.
Absolutely. But like I said, the show ultimately hinges on them being nice to Damien for no reason.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's Damien turning good. I don't think that's not interesting personally to me for Damien. So he becomes a good person. If you're going to
shoehorn Damien into the story, you better make it freaking good.
And I don't think it's good. And I also understand that, it has to be about the main characters. So the main characters have to pump up Damien to make him a good person. You could do that while also writing like he just wants to be a good person by himself without tying him to a love story. Because like I said before, he just say he's like saving some citizens.
Different from his dad,
Yeah, he's just because we know what happens at the end. But yeah, he's just different than his dad. He just feels something in him.
But they could have set it up better.
Yeah, and then what's not to say when he accidentally saves somebody or he does save somebody from being squashed or whatever, he and then they compliment him or thank him and he's like, oh my gosh, that felt pretty good or whatever. What's not to say that Damien. One of the and then Flora sees that and is like, oh, Damien. that was really heroic of you to save her or something. You know, you can still tie in the main girls pumping up Damien, but more organically. Like
Yes.
Damien does something actually good, they see it and they compliment him for it, or say something good about it to him. It's like, oh, Damien, that was a really nice save, or Damien, you're a pretty good person, you know that, Damien? And then Damien starts
Yeah, you're a
naturally.
pretty cool guy.
Yeah, exactly, because they don't see Damien doing these evil things, but he's doing it behind the scenes. But he's like saving people because he something in him is telling him, oh, this is not right for this random bystander to get squashed or to get flamed or frozen by icy. So he saves them, and then the Winx can compliment him on that and like, you're a pretty good guy.
Salamander, Sally the Salamander, just like rampaging through Magixia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's what I was saying, that like when the rampage happened, maybe he saved somebody, and then Flora sees it and like, Damien, you're a pretty good guy and stuff like that, and then that makes him, you know,
Nice work, Damien.
yeah, nice work, Damien, or something, you know.
Good to have you on our team.
And he's like, oh my god, that felt pretty good, and he like maybe his flame gets a little bigger or something like that because he's, you know, he's getting complimented on his hard work or being heroic or something, you know.
Yeah.
I was like, there was another way that they could have took Damien to make him way more interesting, but he has to be him and the Winx have to be shoehorned together in the most like beat you over the head with a club caveman style way, because they didn't have enough time, I'm guessing, for the writing staff or something. I don't know. It's just not good to me. I'm sorry. At least with the Damien, you know, becoming a good person storyline, and with Flora, it just doesn't work with me at all.
Yeah.
But that's my rant.
Understandable. Yeah, I mean, to end on a positive note, I do like how with this outro they show you the original transformation artwork side by side.
Yep.
How we have like OG Techna in the corner.
I mean, it kind of sucks because it just reminds me of a slightly better show. I wouldn't say slightly, probably more better show, actually. Now, it does become worse of a show towards the end of Winx, like OG Winx, but in the beginning, at least the first 3 seasons, I believe, that was a much better show than this. Much better show than this. But to conclude this episode, I like this episode because we got girl bonding time.
Yes.
And and even though we made fun of certain things, I think this was a nice episode because we actually focused on the Winx Club and their relationship with each other and talking and interacting and solving problems together. I think that is the highlight of the show.
It's definitely a kid's show, but like also I really like what they were trying to do with this episode.
Yep.
Aside from the Sky and Bloom stuff.
Aside from the Sky and Bloom stuff and the Damien and Flora stuff, when the show shines as like the original did, when the girls work together and are bonding together, and then the tricks come in and mess things up and they have to work together to defeat the tricks. That's when the show works.
Yes.
And that is basic formula. That is what this show is to me. That's what this show should be. But we have to interject all these other new ideas that are probably not necessary, but whatever. So I don't know, but I like this more than the previous episodes. Put it that way. I'm not gonna say this is great.
My favorite episode.
Yeah, but this
is not
is
perfect.
definitely
No, it's not perfect, but this is my favorite out of what we have gotten.
Yep, this is definitely better than the previous episodes, in my opinion. But that's it for me. Any last things?
Nope, that was it.
All right.
I said what I wanted to say, and I'm happy.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching. If you want to comment below, if we missed anything, or you want to tell us about anything, thank you for watching. Stay hydrated, be good to your neighbors, and see you on the next one.
Bye.